Hey, my name is Dr. Brady Wyrick. I live and practice in Idaho Falls, Idaho, and this is our Metabolic Reset, the one that you've heard about. You've seen the success stories. This is one of the fastest growing weight loss programs for many reasons. I'm going to share with you tonight one of those reasons, or many of those reasons, but I invite you to stick around for the next 16 minutes. That's all the time of yours I'm going to take. I'm explain to you exactly how this program works, the benefits of this program, how we can help it, modify it for your needs, and how we can help you change your life like so many of our patients have done. So with that said, give me 16 minutes and let's get into this. Okay, I'm going to share with you just why you need to stick around. Number one, if you're tired of fad diets, you see all this stuff coming across your social media feeds about try this diet, try that diet. We've already done the work for you. We've taken the best from all of them, the most science-based principles from all of them. We combined it into one. And not only is this not a fad diet, we've made it so that you can actually live by this. And just like I tell people all the time, if you get through our program and if you will follow what we tell you to do 80% of the time and leave the 20% of the time left to doing what you want to do, cruises, vacations, etc., you're going to be fine. And we've built it in such a way so that you can do that. So people that are tired of starving themselves, you know, they go by this whole caloric model, which is mostly broken. We still use it a little bit, but the whole calorie in, calorie out model just doesn't work anymore. So we have people out there that are literally starving themselves. They're on a minimum calorie count. Their body's actually in starvation mode, so it won't let go of those extra pounds. We're not going to do that to you. In fact, if you're hungry doing this program, we're doing something wrong. So that is what that is. If you're tired of smoking yourself on the treadmill without results, you know, you're eating minimal calories, you're going to the gym, you're just driving yourself into the ground on the program or on the treadmill. We don't have to do that anymore. We're going to teach your body to go into fat burning mode, to stay in fat burning mode, get you to your ideal weight, and then it's time to hit the treadmill, get fit. So, and just last all, if you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired, we got the program for you. You're going to love what this is and how it works. And this is, again, if you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired, please stick around for the next few minutes, because what we're going to share with you are stories like the Acro Shots. I love these guys. They're some of my favorite patients. They came to us about a year ago, and they were coming because they love going on cruises, and they can't go on they can go on cruises, but they couldn't do any of the extracurricular activities like zip lining or surfing or any of these things because they just flat out exceeded the weight limit, and that was really hard for them. So that was their driving force. And I'm going to tell you throughout this, you need to find your why. You need to find why you want to do this, why it's important to you. But that was the Acro Shots why. So if you look at them now, you know, between the two of them, they've lost over 100 pounds, and they're going on a cruise actually here very, very soon, and there are no limitations for them because they're both under the weight limit, and they're freaking thrilled about that. So that's the Acro Shots story. So there are 4 reasons why this program worked, and Elena here used these 4 reasons, or these 4 models that I'm going to tell you about, to lose about 50 pounds. Her life is completely different now. Her kids are following this program, and everybody's just healthier and happier now at Elena's house. So we're just thrilled for her. But the number one thing is we're going to help your body regulate insulin better. That asterisk you see on the screen, that is important. I'm going to share with you why here in just a second. But instead of every time you eat having this big insulin surge, which insulin is a chemical signal for your body to store fat, we're going to get those peaks and valleys looking more like rolling hills through this program, and I'll explain to you how. Number 2, we're also going to decrease your overall inflammatory load. Again, another asterisk that will be important. But that overall inflammatory load, when that starts to go down, people will lose weight, but all of a sudden their joints will stop hurting, their hair stops falling out, they start sleeping better. We've even had cases of Meniere's disease disappear, which is pretty cool. But that's all just because of decreased inflammatory load, because we're getting people off of the standard American diet. And again, we'll show you exactly how to do that. Number 3 of the 4 reasons is because of the coaching and the education. My opinion of the coaching that you receive, it is world class. Our coaches know what they're doing. They're highly trained. Most of them have been through the program, and they know exactly how to teach you and keep you accountable as you go through the program. Education, classes, posts, videos, we do our best to give you all of the information that you have. If you just follow it, the weight will come off, And if you follow it 80% of the time, once that weight's gone, the weight's never going to come back. And then fourth, of course, is sustainability. We wanted to build a program that once you're done with us, the only thing you'll need from there is food from the grocery store to keep the weight off forever. So those are the 4 reasons. The asterisk that I kept referring to is this. This is actually getting to the root of the problem, actually addressing the root of the problem, which is an inflammatory cascade, metabolic dysfunction. We get through all of that in this course through food and teaching you how to take care of yourself. So first of that is the drops. These are not hormones. They're not stimulants. These are kind of the cheat code, if you will. You can do this without the drops. You can do it with the drops. It just makes it a heck of a lot easier. It's literally vitamin B3 and some amino acids. You can see on the screen there what the ingredients are, but they're there to help your cells increase insulin sensitivity. They're there to help you reduce sugar cravings. They're also there to help you reduce your appetite. Dr. Dana took this to heart. I love Dr. Dana. She's a personal friend of mine. Her and I went to chiropractic school together. She was my lab partner for several years. So I've known her for a long time, very, very well. Dana, while we were in school, was diagnosed with MS, started taking the medications for the MS, caused her to gain like 60 pounds, and she never got rid of it. So this is Dana before she did the program. We kind of went our separate ways, and social media came along, so we managed to find each other again. And she started the program last year and lost, the last I checked, was about 45 pounds. You can see her after here. She looks phenomenal. We were very proud of Dana. She hasn't been this thin since before her diagnosis, and her energy is just rocking the world. So Dana, you're awesome. We appreciate you. Day 1 and day 2, this is what the program actually looks like, okay? So day 1 and day 2, the only thing you do is take the drops. Hey, we're trying to get your metabolic machinery wound up, so take the drops for day 1 and day 2. Do not change your diet. Just keep eating what you're eating now. Might be a time to go out and have a party, have some of your favorite foods, etc. But just take the drops, because on day 3, this is when the rubber hits the road, okay? We're going to go into each one of these in detail, so don't sweat that. But day 3, until you hit your goal weight, this is what it looks like. Number 1, we have you skip breakfast. Intermittent fasting is very, very good at helping you stabilize your blood sugar, helping your cells repair. So you're going to fast for 16 hours and then eat for 8. Hey, so what I'll tell people is skip breakfast and have lunch somewhere between 12 and 8. Keeps you in an 8-hour feeding window, which is optimal. Okay, so skip breakfast. You're going to save money. You're going to save time. You're going to save calories just by doing that. But start drinking your 64 ounces of water a day. You continue to take your drops during this time. And then lunch and dinner basically consist of 4 to 6 ounces of protein, chicken, fish, beef, etc. We'll go through those. And then 4 ounces of fresh fruit, 4 ounces of fresh vegetables. But please, please, I have menus, I have recipes, I have shopping lists. I don't want this to be overwhelming to you. I want you to try to remember to keep this as simple as you possibly can, because that's what will help you get through this and help you heal the quickest. So there are some free foods in between that we will cover. So here's the approved protein: chicken, fish, beef, wild game, pork, eggs. Think carnivore proteins. We want you eating animals, so if it has a face, you can eat it. I love saying that. Eggs are included in that, but we do want you to avoid nuts, seeds, and dairy, just because we're trying to get your gut to heal. We're going to keep the inflammation levels down. We're going to keep out some of those proteins that are harder to digest. This is exactly what Brandon here did. This is Brandon before he did the program. You see, he's a young dude, getting a little chunky. He called us, got started on the program, and lo and behold, 4 months later, he's 50 pounds lighter because he followed what we told him to do. So these are your fresh fruits. You're going to have 4 ounces of fresh fruit per meal. Literally any fruit except for bananas, pineapples, mangoes, and grapes. We're having you avoid these because they're higher on the glycemic index. They'll cause a glucose surge, which in turn causes an insulin surge. So we do want you to avoid those. Again, I got a list for you. I got a whole list of foods that you can have, but we want you to focus more on like berries, apples, oranges, etc. This is exactly what Roy did. I get a little emotional looking at this because I cannot believe the difference in this guy. So on the left is when he started, this is before he started. He lost 100 pounds on his own, Ray did, and so he came to us in the middle picture, hey, and then lost another 100 pounds, and he came into the office the other day. I did not recognize him. I was almost in tears when he sent me these pictures. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is huge. So following this is how Ray got his results. Lastly, the vegetables. These are the fresh vegetables. It's literally any fresh vegetable except for potatoes, corn, peas, or carrots. Again, higher glycemic. Again, we will give you lists of the ones that you should look for. Keep it as simple as you possibly can. Hey, lastly, these are the free foods. I kept seeing lastly. These are the free foods that you can have in between your meals if you're still hungry. Again, if you're hungry, we're doing something wrong, talk to your coach. But lettuce, onions, tomatoes, peppers, what I lovingly call rabbit food. Plus, there are things like Primal Kitchen dressing. You can get this anywhere in the country. It's a brand. It's called Primal Kitchen. They use no sugars. They use healthy oils. Anything from this brand you can trust. So if you want to make chicken salad, use their mayo. If you want to use their dressings and make yourself salad, boom, here they are. Primal Kitchen. Learn to love it. I almost guarantee it's at your local grocery store, but those are the free foods. Then of course we want you to drink water. 64 ounces of water a day is a minimum. This is where I'm going to tell you Kevin's story, because when Kevin came to us, I did not put that picture in there very well. You can't really see the end picture there, but Kevin was drinking a 12 to 14 Diet Pepsis a day. Quit cold turkey, put him on the program, drops 55 pounds in the 4 months, and he's now saving himself about $425 a month. And there's other stories I could tell you from other people that actually the cost of the program has reduced their groceries so much that they're actually ahead just from the groceries they're saving. That was certainly Kevin's story here because of no more Diet Pepsi. So we use technology. Okay, there's a scale that we have you buy. It's on Amazon. Don't worry, we'll send you a link. But this Initech scale will link to our My Body Site app. And that's how we can do this whole thing remotely, is because your check-ins, when you get on the scale, the information is going to go to your app. And that app is going to come to us, and then we have the information sitting in front of us so we can coach you appropriately. Then our coaching and education, you'll have one-on-one coaching calls depending on the course that you choose. And then access to our private community. This one's huge. This one is called Circle. It's like a social media app, but we control it so you don't get any ads or any crap like that. Anything that's on this ad or on this platform comes from us. We love this Circle group. This is how we send out all of our information. Plus we share menus and recipes, etc. And then of course we do our twice a month. We're doing health classes that we record. We're happy to post them. So you can look forward to all of those things being part of this program. Now, I've told you a bunch of stories. I don't have time. I wanted to keep this as short as possible. But I want you to go to Intermountain Weight Loss on Google and look at our reviews. Go ahead and read through them. Hear about what people are saying. Because like I said, I can sit here and I can tell stories all night long. But I want to keep this as short as possible from your perspective. But I do want to tell you about this last one. This is Melissa. She's probably my favorite of all time. She's 86 years old. She comes into the office and she drives to Idaho Falls from a little town called Alta, Wyoming. So it's about an hour and a half drive. And she comes in, she's like, I want to lose 26 pounds. And I looked at her, I said, let's say you're 86 years old. Why the hell do you want to lose 86 pounds? And she defiantly puts her hands on her hips and says, because I want to be sexy. And that's going to forever stick with me. That was her why. I couldn't stop laughing about it. Anyway, long story short, she lost those pounds. Her energy went through the roof. And this lady, I wish I could get her on video. She's not real comfortable with it, so I'm not going to push the issue. She did phenomenally well. Okay? And that is because she had a reason. Even though her reason was just to be sexy, in her words, she had a reason. And that's why I encourage you to have a reason, because if you have a strong enough why, your body will figure out how. So with that reason in mind, I'm going to invite you to schedule a strategy session with me. I want to get on the phone with you personally, or you can come into the office, whatever works for you. But I want to talk to you personally and figure out what you want to accomplish, why you want to accomplish, so I can make recommendations based on our plan, based on our plans that we have available. I'm not going to charge you for this visit. And I don't care if it's virtual. I don't care if it's in person. I'm not going to charge you for it. I just want to hear where you're at so we can make a plan to move forward from there. Our plans, as far as our, this actual program is concerned, they start at $249. That's not per month. That's a one-time fee. That's for the do-it-yourself plan. We have other plans available. Our VIP programs have monthly payment options that are available to you. Let's just see what fits for you. I want to see what fits for you. I want to make you happy. So you leave us a good review like everybody else has done. But I'm not going to charge you to do that. So what I want you to do to schedule this, I just want you to text the word RESET, R-E-S-E-T, to the number 208-218-8622. If you do that right now, what's going to happen is when you text that, you're going to get a link to a strategy session. So you click on that link and that will put you right to my schedule, and you can schedule your session right there. Don't have to call anybody, just click on that and it'll schedule it, and then Brittany will reach out to you the next business day to confirm whether or not you want to do that virtually or in the office. Not just that though, hey, I'm going to give you a bunch of stuff for doing that. Number one, I'm going to give you what's called our Ultimate Guide to Healthy Weight Loss. This is an ebook that I wrote. It's not very pretty, but I'm going to send it to you. That's an $89 value. The Inflammation Questionnaire and Food Guide, so inflammatory foods, and the Inflammation Questionnaire, that's a big one. This is for your information, honestly, but if you fill that out, you can start to get an idea of how inflamed you really are, so you can start linking that to your diet. And so what I would recommend is when you do that before you do the program, then do it again afterwards and just see the difference that it's made. That's a $49 value. I got a 2-week stupid simple meal plan and food tracker that I'll send you so you can get started. It's a $49 value. I'm going to give you a 5-day access to my personal email. Okay, so you can email me directly your questions. I'll be happy to answer them for you. That's a $349 value. Not only that, but I'm going to give you access to our private Facebook community. This isn't our circle community. This is the one we run on Facebook for this program. To me, that's priceless. I'm going to give you that as well. So text RESET to that number, 208-218-8622, the word RESET. Boom. All that's going to show up as a text. You're also going to get email with that information in there as well. So that will be headed your way just as soon as you do that. I appreciate you spending this time with me. Text that word RESET. Let's get on the call and let's see how we can help you get going in the right direction to make this year the best one ever. Thank you for your time. I'll see you soon.